So I got a ticket. I went to try to see how I can be able to find out how I can get the video footage to my my car being broken into. The lady gave me a ticket. I don't even know what to do because I can't pay it. I'm not gonna pay it. That's not. But everything when I say that, my storage got broke. All my storage has got broken. If I don't pay it, I just lose my stuff. So I can't do that. You know what I mean? You know, you break in my car. I go to the police department. You tow my car out to disable uh, uh, disabled thing, make me get out the car, all that, put my hands behind my back for nothing. Put me in, for nothing. I ain't did nothing. Just just something to keep accumulating bad strikes against me, basically. I'm paying attention to. I wake up today, my eyes, I can't see, you know what I mean? I feel stuff all on my hands and it's all weird stuff, homie. All of my private parts. What kind of weirdo stuff is this, man? But this is what's going on. I should have made it short because I only did like almost 2 minutes or like a minute and 30 seconds. So I should have did a short. Golly. But this is crazy, man. I gotta get me another phone. I'm gonna invest in me another phone so I can start making calls to these people and show y'all how they treat me everywhere. Credit card, companies. Well, it don't even matter no more because they didn't switch that to. They didn't gave the contract to somebody else. They don't even know what's going on. I've been just trying to. I've been like, dude, just send me the information so I can go through my payments. Two last couple months, man, my debit card. I'm like, dude, like I don't even understand. Like money just I don't even understand how. Weird. But I went to the bank a couple months ago. I told them, like, oh no, everything looks good. I said, nah, something's not right. I don't know how it's being done, but it's being done for sure. I mean, I'm missing stuff that I know I'm missing. Or I gotta go through, I've been learning. I think they got hookups with these companies, and the companies will double charge you or charge you maybe once in the beginning of the month and once at the end of the month, and you just don't really realize that they didn't hit you twice, and stuff like that. It's all kind of they hitting you any kind. They got all kind of different ways to hit you. So much love. You should check out some of my jackets, man. So I got to figure out how to do this. I don't even know what to do, man. I wake up, man. Eyes, man. But I can feel, it took me a long time to figure this out, though. I used to be driving, you know, can't see and junk, and, trying to get my eyes together right now. I don't know if they dry them out or what. I don't know if they just put something on like the lids of your eyes, just a little bit. Oh, it changes the whole way your whole look. I gotta put water all on my eyes, and I try to put hot water on my eyes and just hopefully whatever it is dissolve off of it more or less. Because when I scrape it off my eyes, that stuff be burning. But I can go take a shower, scrub my whole body, homie, scrub like with the exfoliating gloves, whatever, the exfoliating stuff. My whole body be burning, literally, like my whole. So I know somebody's putting something on my body. It's not just all of a sudden, happening. I don't even know what to do. I called the district attorney's office. They like, dude, no, you ain't. Don't call here. Call the police. Police be laughing at me like, dude, you don't get your ass out of here, you little goofball, little punk. Because that's because of somebody that told them something, so they just playing games. It's just being games being played. But I won't, like, I can't, like, just because, I go to 150 different McDonald's that treat me bad, I can't say McDonald's as a corporation is a bad place. It's not that. It's the people that's running these places, or it's just happening. I don't know. Manipulation is what it is. You know, and when you have people easily manipulated, it 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 makes for a real trying situation as far as society. You know what I mean? I know this brother for years, man. He got him a nice haircut now. Don't even talk to me. You know what I mean? I go in the courthouse. He might talk to me, now, but for years, man, all the sheriffs, all the man. I know, man. Some of these fools, the sheriffs, man. I done been to their houses and stuff. You know what I mean? They got whole weed grow rooms in there. Come on, man. So I don't even know why they playing with me like and being, like bad people to me or I don't. It ain't even. I don't even know what's going on or why. What's the whole twist to all this bull crap? It's just a whole bunch of bull crap that's been going on. But I've been noticing it's been destroying me and my family. I have been noticing that. You know, if it ain't nothing but just time or health or you know. And I'm sure, they done manipulated a lot of people in my family too, and they probably, that got themselves in different twists and turns, and then that make it hard for other people, and it's a lot of different things going on in life. It's sad. It's pretty sad. You know, it's sad, man, because you know what? I don't know. It's unbelievable that somebody gets in my car every day, but it's unbelievable that somebody get in my house every day. Or I don't know if they was getting in my house every day, but I know I've had situations where I knew somebody was getting in my houses and stuff like that, right? I start getting cameras and I've noticed since my last place that I had cameras and all that, I've never been able to even afford another place. So it's something all connected. It's connected. You better believe it. You know, you kicked me out of my office for nothing. You had this girl lie, this Mexican police and all this. I don't know. It don't even have nothing to do with race. It got everything to do with culture and people, and it's a bunch of bull crap and manipulation going on, pretty much. You know what I mean? And I'm getting caught up in the middle of it. And if I'm not careful, I'll have myself in jail behind some bull crap because that was the end. That was the goal anyway, or to have me dead or unhealthy. Come on, man. It's showing exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? It's showing exactly what's going on. You know, it ain't. You know what I mean? I'm paying bills, paying stuff. I'm paying, even going to food places. It do feel crazy going to places to eat and paying that I know for years, just like, dude, why they keep doing this? But it's not the company, it's not the corporation, it's the people that's working there. It's not the courthouse, it's the people. It's not the city of San Diego, it's the people that work for the city of San Diego. You know what I mean? It's people that have jobs that do things, that's supposed to take care of things. Ain't nothing wrong with paying bills. I love paying bills. I love working. I've always worked. I've always worked hard my whole life, and I don't have a problem with paying bills. That's life. That's the way. That's the way life go. I've always paid bills. I've always had a bunch of bills. My whole life. So, you know, I've haven't always. I've been able to learn how to not accumulate a bunch of bills based on what my pay rate is. I will say that because I used to do that. You getting 20, 30, 40,000 a month, and then you mess around, end up figuring out you got $30,000 worth of bills, and now the 40 ain't coming in. You know, I wish I could just get that my my building I was trying to get when I first came downtown, across the street from the federal building. UCSD then took over. Hey, and I was parked in front of there for years. Hey, in front of the federal building, people breaking this car like it ain't nothing, tear the car up, break the lug nuts, all kind of crap. Yeah, man. There we go. That's what I mean. It says contest appealing this citation, parking citation. Man, my eyes is messed. I don't know what they keep doing to my eyes, man. It's crazy. And it's crazy that I'm putting the live on and this thing ain't even working while I'm asleep fully correctly. But they know how to do all this stuff. This is minor stuff. They know how to cut the camera. They know how to do all that. I got to get another phone so I can be able to call, make calls, and. Yeah. Swear to God, I don't even know what to do. Every day, somebody breaking my car, doing all kind of stuff. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, this ain't even right. Look at this. This dude right here, he been around forever. Hey, your boy, he's still around. Hey, you know, your boy's still around. Unreal. But you know what? I done learned a lot throughout life because a lot of this, I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of this. I should have been made it out of this. Somebody just being able to just take anything they want from me and do whatever they want to do and just try to put me in some type of box of jail or dead. Basically, it ain't no if, ands, and buts about it. It ain't, I should have been dead a long time ago, if it was up to somebody else, ain't nobody just coming and shooting at kids at 30. I mean, I was a pretty cool kid. I mean, I really wasn't. I ain't never. Like when I was talking to the police, the retired police, my neighbor, when they towed my car, when the Harbor police towed my car, and I went over his house, I walked over there, right, Cause I'm like, yeah, he like, well, you should just need to take care of yourself. And I'm like, I didn't know what that meant, but I'm like I didn't know what that meant, but I was like, what I asked him was, I said, man, I mean, have I ever been disrespectful? I've been respectful my whole life. I know, right? You know, and I'm like, like I mean, I'm talking about after he didn't kick me out of his house, all kind of stuff, all kind of little weird stuff. Like, well, just that. And I didn't even do nothing when that happened. I mean, that wasn't. I didn't. I was with his son. You know what I mean at the time when it happened. So it was like, I didn't do nothing. It wasn't nothing that happened. Well, it was something that happened, you know, in his kitchen. You know what I mean? When I'm thinking about back, it's a trip when you think about stuff, but in his kitchen or whatever. Yeah, we was outside. We were outside, literally. So, it that didn't have nothing to do with me. But he kicked me out. I mean, but I've always kept it respectful regardless, my whole life. Having money, having no money, having cars, whatever, cool. I've always kept it respectful my whole life. And that's what I asked him. Have I ever been disrespectful or anything? Well, what happened in the kitchen is one of my buddies, he had just moved to the neighborhood. And we was all playing next door to my house at the next door neighbor's house. And when that happened, basically, uh, when that happened, it was we run in the kitchen, me and the neighbor's son, we run in the kitchen, and our buddy was up on like the counter, standing on the counter, but we heard something drop, like pling, ling, 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 like real loud. That's what made us run into the kitchen, right? And when we run into the kitchen, it's glass everywhere, right? I guess it was like a big punch bowl or something. I guess he was searching up top somewhere looking for stuff, and basically, you know what I mean, something dropped and fell. I don't know. We wasn't there. You know what I mean? I wasn't there. So I couldn't like tell you exactly. You know what I mean? You know. But all the glass was everywhere. So, but when that happened, the dad come out of his room because he was in his room. I don't know, resting or chilling or sleep or what. I don't know. So he's in his room, and when he's in his room, he runs to the kitchen, and he says my name, Joe, get out of here. That's what happened. I mean, and I never went back in that house again ever in my life. He never let me back in that house. But I've never been disrespectful or nothing. And that's the craziest part. And they had their cousin come over, right? But now, mind you, I didn't do nothing. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I I mean, I didn't do nothing, right? So we all playing or whatever. His cousin fireman, bam, 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 just I mean, but You got to understand, I don't even know why or what, you know what I mean? Like, like, that's how this happened though. But you know what? I still didn't do nothing or been disrespectful my whole life. But it's crazy what happened. But the reason why it happened and what was the whole reason for the friction or what would have transpired most likely if it would have carried on, which it didn't, which I end up living on the same street as the cousin, right? But it wasn't no problems, right? It wasn't never no problems. I'd be over there, everything. It was never no problems, but I couldn't like initiate the problem again. You know what I mean? It was a weird situation, but basically, it's basically like when I got shot up. Same thing. I didn't see it coming. I didn't I didn't even see it coming. I didn't see it coming. You know what I mean? I got shot in the head. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? Shot up. I didn't see it coming, but thank God I still got away from that. But I didn't see it coming for nothing. It it was like this. When I got shot up, I should have been strapped that night. I just dropped off one of my buddies. He was strapped. We had just came from the beach. I was just trying to get some food real quick, some barbecue real quick. And I called home, called my grandmother, hey, you know, you guys want some food or whatever? Call everybody at my grandmother's, you guys want some food? No, just come home. And I said, okay, well, I'll be there in a minute. So I shoot, and I go outside. I was outside probably 10 minutes waiting on the food and got hit. Got hit. But even if I'd have had a gun, it wouldn't have did me no justice. It came from nowhere. I didn't see it coming. But I'm watching the whole street the whole time. That's the crazy part about it. That's a whole nother story. Yeah. Yeah, I bang, man. I bangs Jesus Christ, man. I bangs. My Lord and Savior. You know what? I started to, oh man. I started to, I used to start wearing a bulletproof vest after I got shot up. And then I stopped wearing it after about a year. I was like, shoot, I got shot in the head. You know what I mean? If it's gone, I'm pretty sure they gonna try to. If anything, they not gonna play with me. They never have played with me. But I've had stuff like just coming out of the 7-Eleven as a kid, knowing in the middle of nowhere, almost getting shot up, killed and stuff. I'm like, what the heck? Like, dude, this is crazy. But I think, like the way things is happening is Oh, for sure that. Oh, for sure that. For no reason. Ain't that crazy? For no reason. Man. But you gotta understand, I seen a lot more in her. I seen it in her. I seen her pain. I seen her hurt. I seen her her ignorance. I seen everything. But overall, she didn't know me like that. So when people don't have, it's like just like families are just say your dad was 100 years old and then he had all these people. He didn't put all these different things, but he don't even know all these different people. He just know all the people in his from the hundreds, and then they all die, and then But all this that was now it's just dangling and it ain't right, and that's what's going on pretty much in society, or it's been tarnished or damaged because it was manipulated. You know what I mean? It was manipulated, so basically, that's how it is. You know what I mean? Sad. Sad, but it's real. You best believe that. It's sad, but it's real. Why I ain't got no likes or nothing? No love, man. Y'all don't, man, y'all something else, man. Yeah, but, you know, so for the fight to occur, that means like, it's weird though. Because we was next door neighbors, so it was like it was like it didn't even make. I used to go to their house. He come to my house. He eat at my house. I eat at his house. We had a scooter club. I mean, it's like he's like my little brother, like literally, like so. I've been knowing him his whole life. You know what I mean? So like it was like I don't know, when you're young, a lot of ignorance, a lot of stuff, because we never really allowed that to go nowhere when we got older and stuff or whatever. But when I was younger, oh yeah, when they go motorcycle riding, I couldn't go, none of that. So I don't know if it was more or less his dad being like that, but he was a little younger than me, so he works at the courthouse. What? Yeah, he worked at the courthouse with all the paperwork. Yeah, with all the paperwork. Literally. She's so beautiful. Golly, boy. Hey, it's a trip. Man, I be waking up, my neck be itching, my ears be itching. They be putting stuff all around my weirdo stuff. That's why I wear a hoodie when I lay down on the pillow. Even though I just washed the pillow 2 days ago, I still wear a hood because I be waking up stuff. They put stuff all on the pillows and the weirdo stuff. I wish I knew where a lawyer was that would help me. I'm a. I wish I knew a lawyer that would help me. I've been asking and begging for a lawyer, praying to God and all kind of stuff. Yeah, they putting all kind of powder all on my private parts, all on. Oh man, they doing some weirdo stuff on me. I I can't even believe it. I've been disrespected so much and so cold. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. But this make me think of the 2 times motherfucker told me, hey, but you know what? You know what's crazy? Do you know one time I was in La Jolla at my wife's house? That's crazy. Somebody said my wife's name on here, right? and somebody shot at me. That was just only like 10 years ago. Actually shot at me. Literally. Yeah. Didn't see it coming, wasn't even thinking nothing like that. I should have been thinking like that, but you know, yeah, I couldn't believe it. Wow. You know, yeah, I already know. But I already know. I be looking at people's mindset. I know what kind of people that hung around or been around or been trained up under. You know, you got to realign your mind sometimes. Sometimes, when you've been under some treacherous teachings that's probably demonic. Oh man, it killed my whole family and all kind of stuff. Yeah. So weirdo stuff, man. But then they probably, my girl cousin been acting weird for a long time. So I see what happens. A lot of my, folks, it be some weirdo stuff. It's just how life go. I just got the short end of the stick like a motherfucker. But it don't make sense because I'm able to feed myself. I know how to take, yeah. I mean, can't nobody do it without money. Can't nobody do it without, but I've always had hustle. I've always had, even when I had my scrap metal business, I started it from going to a job, working a job, walking, riding a bus fresh out of jail to to saving my money, buying a truck, and going from one little truck to a little office space, from a little office space to a warehouse, from a little truck to another truck to a eight. I mean, that was a blessing. That was a blessing. Oh man, what did I go to jail for that time? That was a setup. When I was just in my office at my web design business. Let me tell you about that story of when I went to jail. Oh no, no, yeah, that was that time. Yeah, that was that time when I got out. Yeah, yeah, that time I got set up. Uh, a guy comes in my office. Right, I had an office, nice, like 2,500 square feet, shower, kitchen, everything. Right, different offices. But look, yeah. So, basically, what happened was, uh, yeah, we had the web design business. We had the whole setup. You can come do your photo shoot, everything. You could do everything right there. We had the whole shot. Oh, so basically what had happened was I'm at my office and somebody coming there, he asked me, I had my son, my handicapped son was with me for the summer, right? And so basically what happened was he ended up, no, he needed a game. He wanted a game. He always wanted a PlayStation or whatever, right? So A guy comes in my office. He has some gift certificate. It was like I don't even know, man. But my son was with me. I don't know if it was summer or what, Christmas or something. So end up, what happened? Um, Oh, so around my offices, I'm trying to give you a more vivid so you'll have an understanding of. So around my offices was a bunch of music studios, right? Different people had different music studios, bands had their little offices or whatever, bands. There was a lot of bands and stuff. But this building, I worked at this building when I was a youngster, you know, when the what are those, the blow up what are those things called, like you take to party, like the party blow up. Well, I worked for that company going to set up those party uh the party blow up things or whatever. I forgot the name of it. It's not coming to me right now. But so I had an office there, right? So basically, the dude comes in my office. He say, no, no, no. Somebody from one of the music studios brings him over to my office. They come, he bring him over. He like, hey man, hey, dude got some gift certificates. You want to buy some? He got a bunch of them. He worked for Costco or whatever, right? And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm straight. He leave, come back. Man, you sure you don't want to get him, man? He got the hookup. He worked for him. It's all good. It's all love. I'm like, are they real or are they not right? If they not right, just tell me they not right, but don't tell me they not right and then they right. I mean, they right and they not right. He like, oh yeah, he worked there. I'm like, what? So I'm thinking it's more or less like tickets, plane tickets. How you get plane tickets, like if you work for the company or whatever, and you can send them out. Certain people can get them or whatever. So I'm thinking he got vouchers like that, right? So I'm like, yeah. So how much you want or whatever? He wanted half or whatever. So I bought him. My son needed a PlayStation. I was going to buy him a PlayStation regardless if it was me going to get some, uh, going to get some anything. You know what I mean? It's a trip, man. Yeah. So basically, so basically, I went and got the PlayStation. They worked. I was like, "Oh, them is cool," and they gave. I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Them is cool." I bought some more from him, right? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So I bought some more from him, went, spent them, and think I got like my son's, like, I don't know, a bunch of stuff. I don't even know. Cause it was at Costco or whatever, right? So that happened, right? So like one time I was in the hood, right? Market Street. Oh, that's where I went. No, that was with my son actually. That's who I was with, my son. Damn, I didn't even think about that. I was thinking it was a bunch of times, but it really wasn't. I was with my son going to get the game. And I come to the register, I get everything, boom, boom, boom. And basically what happened is they just a dude, so somebody say, hey man, hey, why don't you come on and in this office and let me talk to you, right? So I go in the office, talk to him, like, what's going on? Hey, what's up? They're like, hey man, where'd you get these from? I'm like, I got them from a friend of mine. He worked for you guys. I'm like, he's like, oh, okay. I like, wow, what's going on? What's up? He's like, oh, nothing, man, nothing. He's like, all right, I'll see you later. He seen me later too, right? So basically, what happened is, like, maybe a month later, maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple weeks, I'll say, couple weeks, and in a couple weeks, I got another little spot. I got this girl, right? So I go to her house. I can tell you because I got busted for it, so I might as well. Yeah, it ain't even no big deal. So, it really. I already went to jail for it, and I, and I took the case. So basically, what happened was, I had some, I had some like pounds of purple and stuff at this girl's house, right? And I go to her house, to the condo one morning, you know, early, about 6 in the morning, about 7 in the morning, right? So yeah, they did it for her. It was all a setup. It was all I can see now when I look at everything all around me. They had it all set up. They heard everything, all that been going on. They've been like doing the pattern, like with a clothing brand, with me. Cold game, right? So basically, what had happened was, I had some stuff at her house I shouldn't have had at her house. I had some pounds of purple, right? So what happened was, I go to the house. I'm going to get the stuff to get it out of her house. That was what I was doing. So I went there early in the morning to go get it out the house. And I pull up in the drive, in the carport, and when I'm pulling up, I see a dude in a car right here, right? Just sitting in a car. I'm like, whoa. But I'm in a dead end. I'm like, what the hell? I got like an ounce of weed on me, right? That I just, hustle or whatever, do my little, really, I'm just smoking and hustle, whatever. So I I see the dude. I pull up a little bit and pull in. And I jump out the car and I throw the weed right there under the little bush, right? And I try to hurry up and go in the house. I don't even park in the parking stall, right? I just pulled like, so I try to hurry up and the dude, like, he gets out his car. He like, hey, come here. I parked by a fire hydrant right next to the carport. It was by the stairs. And I'm like, he like, hey, come here. So I'm like, hey, what's up? What's going on? So I'm walking towards him, right? I'm walking toward him. I'm like, what's going on? Hey, what's up? But I'm kind of a little distance away from him. I'm like, what's going on? What's up? And he's like, he gets out, he's walking towards me. But as he's walking towards me, he turns around and runs, like goes back to his car. And he grabs his radio. And when he does this, I break. I run. I run into somebody's house. It was somebody in there ironing their clothes, right, to go to work. And I'm like, man, hey, I had money in my pocket, right? I'm like, dude, can I just stay here for a minute, man? Man, I don't know what's going on, man, but it's something ain't right. But do you know, by the time I looked back out that door, they was all up at it was so many police at the door, knocking at the door, do. Hey, open the door. Open the door, coming in. We're coming in, open up. I wasn't in the house though. I'm looking at him. I'm looking dead at him. I'm in somebody else's house. But the dude, like, I got to go to work, right? And I'm like, damn, man. You know, I'm like, man, just here, man. I'll pay you, man. Let me just stay here, man. Please. He was like, man, I couldn't. I don't even know why I even asked him to do that. That was stupid. But so end up, you know, I run. I just start running, man. I ran all the way to, like, way in this dirt thing to some mailboxes. I see this white lady, right? I say, she's getting her mail. I tell her, hey, me and my girlfriend just got into it. Can you give me a ride? She like, I'm on my way to work right now. I'm like, I don't know how much money. I had money in my pocket though. I had hundreds, right? So I'm like, man, I got money. You know, I ain't here to hurt you or nothing. I say, here, I put some money on her. No, I opened her door, got in her car, put the money on her dashboard, some hundreds on her dashboard, right? And she just got in the car and went on a drunk. She said, where you want me to take you? She was like, where you want me to take you? I was like, man, so I had her drive me where I knew where it was a payphone in El Cajon City. Because I knew this little store had a little payphone, right? Because I didn't want to use my phone or nothing after that, right? So end up, I end up, what did I do, man? I end up, I don't know what I did. Something, man, cause yeah, this was like, this was a long time ago. This is like, maybe 2004, 2006 or something. It's a long time ago. But I still wasn't even in the game. That's the crazy. But I guess I was. But you know what? The weed thing, the marijuana thing was transferring, but it was still problems, right? but it was dispensaries already. It was already, going on. You already had it, developing. Everything was being created already. So, like it just was still early of the birthing. So basically, I'll end up going to jail. I end up, I'm trying to figure out what did I do, man? Because I was in a bind. I was in a bind. I was in a bind somehow. I don't know what I did or how, what did I do? Damn, what did I do, man? Because now, I ain't got no ID or nothing. I can't get a hotel room and all that old type stuff, without by myself. I didn't even have no girlfriends or nothing like that I trusted like that. Matter of fact, I end up, let me tell you what happened. I end up getting on a chat line, right? Stupidest, don't ever do that. I knock a girl. Hey, come scoop me up. I'm trying to holler at her, just to have somewhere to, I got dough. I'm cool as far as that. I mean, but I'm in a I'm in a bind. And they got the car. I ain't got a car now. I ain't, so I'm in a bind. So I'm like, golly, man. What do I do? I end up calling on a chat line, like live links or something, right? Now, I didn't forget why I went to jail. I forgot how and when, because I got away from it actually when it first happened. And they arrested the girl where the work was at. They arrested her. That was all game, though. I ain't going for it. But so they arrested her and gave her the charges for the weed. But when I went to court, I told them that I'll take the charges, let her go. That's what I told the courts. I said, I'll take the charges. But it's not like that. It's not like the first court date you go to. That might be your bail hearing. That don't have nothing to do with, you know, yeah, she got the charges, but I got the time. No, she got the charges, but once we went to court to the part of being able to sort it out, I end up, hey, you can send it to Cash App, VS1 Collections. I don't know if it really worked though. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up. But it's Cash. I tried to use the money on Cash App. It didn't work. I don't know if the Cash App thing really works or what. To be honest, I don't think it really, because I've never actually been able to actually spend money on it yet. And I've had money on the card. I've put money on the card and tried to use it and didn't work. So I don't know. Y'all got to tell me how to do it. I'm new to all this. I don't know nothing about it. Yeah, but basically, so I end up taking the charges, but you got to go. The lady's name, I think she even worked for the hospitals, put me all through all kind of bull crap. I snitched. How did I snitch? They charged me and somebody else, and I told them it was mine. What are you talking about? That's a boss. I took the blame for what was mine. But do you know how many times that that happened to me and people didn't take the blame for what was theirs? That that cost me. I know what time it is. Yeah, I took the blame. You know, they said, hey, I said, listen. I tell the lawyer, I said, listen, man. I said, because you got to go through. You have to go through a process before you can actually. It's not like when you go to the bill hearing, you can be like, hey, well, it's mine. I want to take the blame for it. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? So I had to go through a process before we even get to where we get to, so I can tell them, hey, it's mine. Let her go. Yeah, being solid get you on them streets early. Get you on them streets early. Toe up. That's what it do. Yeah, they touching every part of my body right now, man. In my sleep. I don't like it. I'm not happy with it at all. God loves you too, Caitlin. Never. Natalie. That's crazy you asked that because I run a program, so I really don't be having it like that, where I be getting into it like that. But I did. I had one. I had one, and they forced me. You know what would happen if I got a job, Rocky? What would have happened? Look, I think I'm a little bit qualified to get a job. You had $1, didn't even know it, sitting in my $1. Yeah, you see that right here? This is go right through the airport. This shit a federal. You see what that say? That's what that say. And that's crazy, huh? And you know what? I went to school, Fed informant. Informing on who and what? I'm born and raised here my whole life. I ain't never had no track record or nothing like that. So what does that mean? I don't go nowhere. I don't do nothing. I don't play games in the streets. I'm getting tickets and people breaking in my car all day long, can't do nothing about it. You tell me what kind of informant that is. But I did work for the ports. Yeah, bro, it's flexing the Twix car. Reiki, you was the one talking about a job. That was, yeah, that's right. I used to work at the ports. You know why I got fired? I didn't even get fired. I didn't get fired, but because I had to, because they put all my stuff on the street at my office with my bills paid up for my business, and I had to go and do that. I was working. I'm working like 12-hour shifts from like 8 o'clock. Like I don't remember, like 10 o'clock to 5 in the morning or something. So now they didn't threw all my stuff out. I come, 5 in the morning. I'm getting off work. You can't. You tired. You can't. I ain't got a truck to move nothing. So I end up having to get a U-Haul. I had to go and all kind of crap. They put my stuff, brand new couch, brand new TVs, brand new everything in the boxes. And you know where they put it? Next to the trash can. Wow. All my personal stuff, paperwork, and everything. Wow. With my bills paid up. Thank you, Regis. That's deep. And I took them to court. And nothing happened. And they dropped everything. They kicked me out because they said that you know why they kicked me out? Because they said that I was smoking in a high rise. A high rise. If you look up Emerald Plaza, it's a high rise. You're not smoking in there. You got people in there. You got real people in there. So they lied, basically. They said they had me on video walking through the place smoking, which was a lie. I had a cigar in my mouth. A big cigar, wasn't lit. I was going downstairs to smoke. And, you know, that's what happened. Oh, because I didn't go to work. I couldn't, man. I had to take off for a few days. Oh, no. So what happened was, no, I didn't even get fired. I took off a few days. So I went and got a storage. No, I found another office to go to. So I went and got an office up at the Carlsbad at the private airport. So I went there, right? And and I moved everything there. Boom. I go. Next day, I was supposed to go to work. I go to work, and do you know these people tell me to come get my stuff from the office that I just moved in again? I can't make this up. So I lost my job because now I can't go to work. I got to go back and go get this stuff. Now, they done put my stuff out too. I done paid that up too. I paid all the bills for that to move in, everything. Come on, man. They knew what they was doing. Somebody already knew they was gonna take my money, and they hooked it up. They said, "Well, let him go ahead and do what he gonna do." They was hoping that I mess it up for them. You know what I mean? Where it could have been a little bit different situation, but it didn't happen that way. So, or why don't I just do something, crazy or stupid at a airport, a federal airport or something, and go crazy or something, and because you didn't put all my stuff out, all my bills is paid. I gotta wait. Now I gotta take you to court to get my money back. I take you to court, I don't get no money back. My Lord, what a fat ass on you, girl. I didn't get no both times. Do you know I didn't get no money back both times? That's illegal. You basically just robbing me. You robbing me. Literally. And you hooked up with the courts, however it's hooked up. That's crazy, ain't it? Any advice for a young homosexual? Well, what be a good person. That's all I can tell you. Be a good person. Much love.